Hope you're all well. Welcome to the Citizen channel. We're doing a little vlog today that I didn't expect to do. Actually, I didn't plan on doing this vlog. It's simply a city present, and it's simply called Manchester City 2021 Glory or Meh for City. Yeah, please, if you're new to this Citizen channel, please push the subscribe button, push the bell notification so you know these little vlogs are coming out. And yeah, City past, City present. Yeah, I was doing I was going to do a review of the Wolves game, obviously, but I wasn't going to do this. I posted something on Facebook and I posted something on Twitter, but the response I've had, I just thought I'd do it, just see what you think, and just thought I'd run it by you. Yeah, I did a little prediction with they're on the screen now, of my wonderful shoot goal league ladders of the top, the 20 places for this season 2021, which, let's face it, is again not a normal season in my opinion. It's not real football at the moment. It's all different circumstances, but it raised quite a few eyebrows, and yeah, I didn't realise I'd get such a response. So I've just come on here with I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to name names. Might mention some first names of what people have said that have agreed and disagreed, etc. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and just tell you about what's happened since I posted it. I'm recording this on Monday the 14th of September, so in my defence, if we've suddenly added Mbappe, Koulibaly, Haaland, Messi, Neymar Jr. and Nick van Dijk and Maine from Liverpool, I may want to change my opinion what I've said today. But as at this point in time, with Mr. Aki being added to the squad and Mr. Torres being added to the squad, these are my views. And I said that table you can see up there, I had City finishing second, and it has caused a little bit of consternation, and I want to do that. I want to use that now because I want to use my shoot goal league tables to do the current standings now. So I want to take that down and get started on the new season. So I thought I'd do this, get this out of the way, and see what you think. Yeah, I mean, I posted it on Friday on Twitter and Facebook. I mean, Twitter's not been too bad. It's mainly been Facebook that's been really sort of not lambasted, but I've had quite a lot of comments on Facebook about it. So I thought I'd share with you anyway. So anyway, my little message that I put along with these little Lee ladders on Facebook and Twitter was this. Just read it here. Please don't forget. I do speak from the heart, and if you do vlog, obviously I know you're putting your head above the parapet, aren't you? You do expect some response, but I was a little bit surprised by some of it. I've certainly not included the abusive comments. I had plenty of abuse, foul words used with no real explanation, just foul words aimed at me and obviously my prediction. I just had a simple opinion. I wasn't too sure why it was open to abuse, which is quite odd, but obviously not loads, but enough, certainly more than a handful, put it that way. A lot of people like the ladders. They commented on the ladders, which is nice. They all did like that. And my little comment that I made along with the league table was, City good enough for second, but do not believe we've sorted out our 19-20 problems with the squad we have at the moment. A big miss for me, no added striker. So I mean, there's other things as well, but I mean, the big thing for me is that I think last season we should have added a striker. So the big miss for me, no added striker, a big mistake. We are still desperate for another striking option with a little wink and a smiley face. I mean, I'm a City fan at the end of the day. If we win the league, fantastic. But anyway, these are the sort of things I was getting back. Linda, well, she agreed, haven't done enough in the transfer market, thank you, Linda. Ernie, too much attention went on Messi, now back to work. Yeah, all that had collapsed in a heap after, obviously, last week. Jimmy, we're not going to finish first, that I'm sure of. So they're all going quite well enough, but I say, there's mingled in with these, there might have been the odd abusive thing that I'm not even going to worry you about. Colin, we are good enough. Yeah, fair enough. Davey, City #1. Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue with that. Gerald, same as me, need a striker and centre-back and left-back. Still the striker needs to be Martinez, who's the only one. That's an interesting opinion. Carl, don't agree, Bernard, but cheers. Well, there you go. That's fair enough. All opinions, isn't it? I just answered him and said, yeah, it's all opinions, mate. There's no harm in that. Danny said, if you think Liverpool look like they're winning another league, then you're crazy, pal. They're all burnt out. Nothing left in the tank. There you go. Okay, and I just said, oh, that was just an opinion, mate. And he came back and said, yeah, I know, but Liverpool look done. A freak season that I guarantee they can't repeat. City till we die. Okay, Danny, I mean, I like optimism. There's nothing wrong with optimism. John, have faith. Cracks already in Klopp's flops. I mean, this was before the week. This was before the 4-3 game against Leeds, don't forget. So obviously there was cracks there already. Obviously there's probably cracks in Klopp, isn't there? Well, not particularly the team. James, I totally agree about us not winning the league, mate. We're not guaranteed. We've got no chance. We'll still be as inconsistent as usual. And with that iffy defence, we'll concede more than we score, putting us in... Well, someone else answers this one in a minute. We'll concede more than we score, putting us in the lower reaches and mid-table at best. I mean, if you thought I was negative, finishing second, Liverpool will cruise the league like last season thanks to VAR, but that's neither here nor there. And someone did question that last guy's comments. Is there any sarcasm in there? Concede more than we'll score? Question mark. Team is good enough for second to fourth or 70 to 85 points at the moment. So yeah, even though he's saying obviously we're not going to, let's face it, we're not going to concede more than we score. So that's a bit much. David, it's a conundrum, the striker situation. Pep, I'm sure, will consider Sterling, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Foden and now Torres as attacking options. Personally, I'd like to have a third out-and-out striker, and Haaland will be my number one choice. Colin, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how good Nathan Ake is. Yeah, well, I never questioned Nathan Ake. I'm quite happy with that. Aaron, I think we're weaker this season, if anything, unless Ferrer and Ake have a huge influence. I predict third place finish behind Liverpool and Chelsea. Tight battle for third and fourth with United is what I think will happen. Top four finish is the key. We'll need the revenue to help strengthen the squad next summer. So just writing this summer off. John, plenty of time to go. Yeah, well, I've certainly not added anyone as at yet. Neil, defence still short of quality and a third forward needed in my opinion. Lynn, well, there we go. As I say, I have ignored some abusive comments, four-letter words aimed in my direction. And I've included the ones that are at least critical, but in a nice way. Lynn said, stop it, keep the faith. Who knows what's going to happen? Adrian, not convinced with the defence either. Fair enough. Chris, absolute BOLLOX. That's he hasn't gone for another striker. Malcolm, yes, Noel, Mago and other big players year older. I'm not seeing us push on at the moment. So there's a lot of agreement with me, I must admit. John, this is the best one. This is what really made me laugh. I can't believe a supposed City fan, there you go, that's me, I said we're going to finish second. We will not be as complacent as we were last season, and we will win the league by at least 10 points. So I'm a supposed City fan. Amongst the foul language, that was one of the kind of things that was said about me, obviously. In response to that, someone else commented, another John commented back to John. To be fair, we have a weaker squad than last year. The defence was patchwork, which cost us big time, as did playing Rodri and Gundogan together. I can't see how we can improve at the minute. We need a quality centre-half with pace and a quality left-back. And we need the real Bernardo back and Rodri to step up big time. And the other John come back again. How have we got weaker? Silva's gone, Angelino, Sane. We've brought in Ake, Torres, Couto, to name a few. Well, I mean, you've sort of covered it there, but Couto's not there for the first team, is he? 2 or 3 more additions before the transfer window closes. Sick of hearing this shitty doom and gloom, pardon my language. And we've got one of the best teams. So there you go. He's obviously sick of hearing the doom and gloom of finishing second, and never mind. Neil says Bernardo needed games and he'll be okay. And I commented to John, obviously, supposed City fan, cheers mate, it's an opinion. And John did come back at me and said, sorry, which is fair enough, but sick of all the doom and gloom merchants and all the negativity before the season has even started. We'll be absolutely fine this year. I'm not saying we won't be fine, I'm saying we might finish second. That's fine, isn't it? Liam, my thoughts exactly. He's agreeing with John, obviously, all this doom and gloom. John, and then obviously John answers Liam then, does my head in, mate. Why post on a City site that we're going to finish second? So I'm not allowed to post on a City site that we're going to finish second. I'm supposed to post we're going to finish first every season. And then he goes on to say unbelievable. Well, I think, John, in all fairness, I've not named your second name, but I think you're unbelievable in that comment there. Does my head in, mate. Why post on a City site we're going to finish second? Am I not allowed to post anything negative on a City site? Absolutely unbelievable. Graham, I'm going to wait until the end of the transfer window before making a final prediction for the season. The defence has been improved slightly with signing Ake, but I still think we are short in quality. An extra central striker will be a bonus. The squad as it stands is good enough to challenge for the title, but we need extra quality signings to keep ahead. John, the defence is not the problem. This isn't the same John. He's gone now. We're not no more from the other John. The defence is not the problem. It's the missed chances. So many games we have 20 plus attempts on goal to their one and end up losing 1-0 because they score their one chance and we scuff our 20. Desperately need a finisher, a Harry Kane or even Jamie Vardy. Probably not. Stephen, Liverpool will not be mentally hungry enough to go back-to-back. Salah will not be for sure. Maine got his head turned by Spain. Van Dijk will not be as good. Liam, we will be top. Okay, I totally agree and I hope your opinion's correct, mate. Keith, company gone, Silva gone, Aguero and Fernandinho next. The problem is they're not being replaced by players with the same quality, so it's obvious it will be more difficult to compete. David said he tended to agree with that. Karen, there we go. It's the ladies. The ladies seem to be quite positive on City and sick of all this doom and gloom of finishing second. Karen, dear God, not a bloody ball kick yet, and you're slating them. Call yourself supporters. There was absolutely nothing slating in anything that was written before that comment by Karen. I have no idea where she's coming from. Alison, obviously a mate of Karen's, came back on. Can't believe some of the negativity. Karen said, I know Alison. Saeed said, not a chance Liverpool winning back-to-back. Ganzini said, Liverpool with the same players back-to-back? No. So I think he's been a bit of sarcasm there. Vincent, disappointed with the transfer so far. Torres is an unknown quantity. I'm very lukewarm about Aki, very much overpriced. Koulibaly, or whatever his name is, has dragged on too long. On the plus side, I would expect Rodri and Cancelo to make their mark this season. Laporte hopefully will have an injury-free spell. Also, big season also for Foden. Definitely another striker needed. James, comments on this post are mainly BOLLOX. City fans have never had it so good, yet still try and convince themselves we're SHIT. Well, I don't think anyone's saying we're SHIT. I think we're just debating whether we were good enough to win the Premier League. Raymond, stupid, what are you thinking about? Harry, guys, we're going to make it this season. Nothing wrong with positivity. And I'll finish on one from a gentleman called Colin. I won't mention his surname, but it's a very, very famous surname. City are good enough. It's supporters like you that ain't. So there you go. I'm not good enough. Simple as that. I mean, it's odd, isn't it? I mean, as I said, I've ignored all the foul and abusive ones, but there's enough in there to at least there's a lot of people agreeing, obviously, but it's as though you're not allowed to have a comment, and you're bound to have some people who are idiots. But I mean, some of these, I've sort of been on Facebook, and I think are reasonable people that are coming up with these comments. You know what I mean? I just feel a bit upset, but not upset. I mean, don't give a toss. Basically, I have an opinion. We've all got opinions, but I think it's a bit sad. Just to expand on my views, as I said, I literally put it was a striker option, but I've had to think about this. I'm going to do a vlog, so I'm just going to think my little thoughts on and off the pitch that could affect the season this season. As I've already said, it's another funny season because it's not normal. It's another weird season, so things may happen that we don't expect to happen. Klopp, once again, he'll concentrate on the Premier League and the Champions League. He doesn't have any distraction of World Cups and Super Cups this year, does he? Anything like that? Yes, he's already deflecting and covering his arse, let's be honest about it, in his comments that we've seen so far. He's already doing that, just in case it doesn't quite go to what he... But I think he's confident he'll get back-to-back. I think he is. But he's covering his old bum to make sure he didn't. Pep, well, as for Pep, well, he concentrated... Once the league was over, more or less by Christmas, let's be honest about it. He did concentrate on the Champions League. And we did go full tilt at the FA Cup and the League Cups. And I do expect him to do so again, obviously. But the problem for me is Pep's mindset. We've not heard anything about an extension. Someone did quote that he was quick, he's going to put pen to paper on an extension, but it's not. At this point in time, this is his final season. He'll want to go out with a bang, obviously. But let's be honest, after the restart, we lost 4 games against Chelsea, Southampton, Arsenal and Lyon. And all 4 games, really, we should have won. There's no way all those 4 games we were the poorer team. So the problems we had before the lockdown still seem to be there, didn't they, after the lockdown? And have we done much since? No, we haven't. So obviously, and he's not even been around for most of the time, has he, Pep? He's been quarantining, etc. So I don't know. Optimism for the new season. Why should it be that much different to what it was last season? Let's just look at the black and white stats. Let's just look at the stats as they stand. Are there any other challenges to Liverpool and City? I think only United and Chelsea, but let's face it, despite good squads, especially the Chelsea rabble now, I think they've got 3 players for each position, haven't they? Lampard and Ole are not a patch on Pep and Klopp, let's be honest about this, and will not challenge, but no doubt they'll have a big say on when they're taking points off other teams. So I still think it's Liverpool and City. I still think that's the top 2. Liverpool last season, 99 points. Won 32, drawn 3, lost 3. City, 81 points, 18 behind. We finished 126, drawn 3, lost 9. Pep and City have raised the bar. And this season, though it's weird, you're going to need between 85 and 90 points to win this league, I think. I don't think anyone's going to get anywhere 99. I don't think that's possible. I might be wrong based on how Liverpool sort of seem to win these games. They don't deserve to win. But, 85 to 90 should be enough to win the league. Is this City side capable? Yes, but there's nothing that tells me in what I've seen now, and since obviously after the restart and the fact we've got a new season coming up now and we're not really prepared as such, the players are not played together. Might have had practice games, but there's no pressure games now before the start of the season. So I can't see anything to say magically with Torres and Ake. As I said, as I'm recording this, they're the only additions that our basic problems are magically going to disappear. Liverpool will have to drop between 10 and 15 points. Again, this is possible. And it will still be a really good season for Liverpool, even if they did drop. So they dropped 15 points. They went down to 84 points. It would still be a great season. And let's face it, their A team will be rested because Klopp, again, he'll only look at the Premier League and the Champions League. He's not going to be bothered about the League Cup and the FA Cup again. He's already set out his things. If he puts his kids out and they do all right in the League Cup and the FA Cup and they get far, he may play some of his stronger team, depending on how things are going. But he'll make sure his A team, if you like, even though he's not added to it, is rested for the big games and the big Champions League games. As I said, there's a lot of games where he can put 2 or 3 other players in. He proved that last season. He doesn't need to always play his A team week in, week out. Don't expect any of the benefits that Liverpool supposedly got last season. Obviously, I don't see the stats. I think there's some stats showing that so many points we would have gained on Liverpool because of VAR, etc. Don't expect anything to disappear. VAR is still with us, unfortunately. And obviously, we saw the Leeds game. I mean, they're going to get penalties where City won't get. Well, City won't get a penalty. Liverpool will get a penalty. So these things obviously supposedly even themselves out. They don't, do they? We know they don't. So there's not going to be any change to that. But what may affect and what they may have is the Anfield factor. I mean, we know the Anfield cauldron is a myth, certainly for most run-of-the-mill games. But for part of or all this season, who knows? We haven't got a clue at the moment. An empty or partially fanned Anfield works against them, doesn't it? Because teams, including them very importantly, like City, sort of freeze at Anfield when the crowd, even if the crowds, even if it is a library at sometimes, it's just the place. It just has an effect on teams going there. So obviously having no crowd there might help. It might certainly help teams going to Anfield. I think Leeds did a good job the other day. I didn't actually watch the match, but at least they had a go, and as long as teams do that. So, yes, there will be barring superhuman effort by Liverpool, be a drop-off in the points. But I only think they'll drop about 10 points on last season. I can't see them dropping 15. I can see them perhaps up to 12 points. But I think they need to drop at least 15, and that is a lot from the starting point we're at. And obviously, we've played one game, based on that one game, they are going to get through these games like they did last season. Absolutely. And I think if they only drop 10, they'll just edge City out. That's why I put City second. One significant advantage for Liverpool is still they carry that air of invincibility. Leeds obviously weren't worried about it. They had nothing to lose, did they? But psychologically, they have an advantage that can't be underestimated. City had it under Pep in seasons 2 and 3. We lost it a bit last year, and certain teams and the fans believe they can get at City. At this point in time, they turn up to play Liverpool and expect to get well beat, which is fair enough. But with City, they expect to either get well beat or this is the difference, they can nick something. Now they don't think that against Liverpool. With City they do. They think, oh yeah, we might get well beat, but we might just nick something. And that's the mindset when they're playing City, in my opinion, which they don't have that mindset now against Liverpool, where they sort of turn up and think they're already beaten, or most of these teams will, unlike Leeds, who obviously say had absolutely nothing to lose and certainly went for it. That's just a big part really of my opinion as to why Pep City may find this gap just too big to close. Not by much. I mean, I expect Liverpool to amass between 85 and 90 points, and I expect City to amass between 80 and 85 points. So we could be joint, couldn't we? Both get 85, and it's whoever scores the more goals, so we've got a chance. But no, that's why I put City second, because I honestly thought Liverpool have to lose that and we have to gain that. So I've put City second. I've always been a glass half full supporter, so I'm not going to apologise to that. But to be called a supposed City fan, and much worse, which I didn't include, isn't great, is it? I don't think it's fair. I think those City fans want to take a good look at themselves. To be honest, they're going to call fellow City fans who've got an opinion, that sort of thing. For anyone think we were going to suffer relegation and stuff like this. Unbelievable. I believe we'll have a good season. And I have the temerity to think we might finish second, and I will be the happiest man in the world if we do actually win the Premier title again, because I'm hoping we do, and we should do with our squad. But as I said, we probably should have done a lot better than that last season. As for the other things away from the league, Champions League, I bet against us winning it last season and made quite a few quid. And I've seen nothing to suggest it'll be any different in 2021. And if City are made favourites for the Champions League, I'll probably be backing them to betting against them again. The two cups, yeah, if we get okay draws, which we tend to do. I know we're only as good as the team we play with. We can only beat the team in front of us, but you get easy draws up to the quarter-finals, semi-finals. Yeah, we've got a chance, but look at the FA Cup last season. We should have really won that, didn't we? But we failed to beat a decent team in the semi-final. So if we draw a sort of half-decent team in the early rounds, who says we can do all right in that? Anyway, let me know what you think. I mean, I respect all opinions. I mean, will it be a glory or mess season? I mean, last season, what would you call last season? What, a League Cup trophy? It had to be a mess season last season, didn't it? Well, are we going to go better than that? You have to hope so if it's Pep's last season, because as I said, he's not extended yet as far as we know. He's leaving, isn't he, end of next May, is it? Or June, whatever date it is, he's not with us. And then where are we going from there? How do we carry on? So as I'm recording this, perhaps Pep suddenly put pen to paper and it'll be on Twitter, and this will be out of date, and he's here for another 2 or 3 seasons. But at this point in time, as you know me, I've always doubted it very much that he will extend under any circumstances, unless Messi comes in January. Then who knows? But less said about me. We've had Messi run down our throats too often, haven't we? Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm not going to rant on things. I was a little bit disappointed with City fans, to be honest with you. As I said, some of these City fans that did leave comments, I've known, not personally, but I've known through Facebook and Twitter for quite a long time. So I was a bit disappointed with some of the comments and some of the silliness, really. I've always been a bit of a pessimist. I'm always a half full sort of guy, but hopefully I have a bit of humour with it. I'm not all doom and gloom. I have a bit of fun with it. And the sheer joy of being proved wrong by City is just what keeps me going. If we do win things, that's what keeps me going and keeps me wanting to do these sort of things. Anyway, please, thanks for watching me today. Let me know in the comments what you think, anyway, and thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen. You can follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter and join me with these other guys on there. I check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you can check my little website, moviegamenostalgia.com, that'd be fantastic. Old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, and board games on there as well. That'd be great if you could have a look on there for me. And please, if you know anyone or you're into movies and TV dramas, etc., I do little vlogs on that as well. So just check the playlist on my little movie, TV drama reviews and much, much more. Even movie quizzes, like I do my City quizzes. I do little movie quizzes as well. I've just recently done one on The Green Mile. So that's one of your favourite films. Test yourself. See how many questions you can get right out from The Green Mile. That'd be fantastic. Right, anyway, I'll be back on Saturday. As I'm recording this, I'll be back on Saturday with the preview of the Wolves game, plus my new regular City magazine, where we look at City on social media every week. I've done bits and bobs of that in the past, but I'll just call it my little City magazine now to go with the new Citizen channel. So please also look out for my Citizen channel City Pass vlogs as well, which appear in there. I've got quite a few backloaded now from the start of COVID, so I'm sort of trying to release one every 2 or 3 days now, so please keep your eyes open for them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that and I wasn't too negative. Yeah, and I can change my league ladders now, can't I? I think City were finishing about 12 last time, so I've got to put City down in 12 for now. I mean, and by Monday we might be probably in the bottom 3. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching. Onwards and upwards. Yeah, so I predict City's finish second. Champions League will get knocked out about the quarterfinals. FA Cup will win it. League Cup will get beat. So we're going to win the FA Cup this season and finish second in the league. How about that? Hey, there you go. Put my head on the block. What do you think? Hopefully we'll do another formidable season, and I won't care. I'll be happy as a pig in muck, as they say. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please, what we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. Let's all look after each other. Let's not slag each other off. We're all City fans, for God's sake. Come on. Let's be kind and let's just have an opinion and appreciate everyone's opinion. I certainly do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.